guys like my outfit? I hope so, because I spent like 4 hours this morning shopping for leggings. It's a lot more embarrassing than I anticipated. Apparently they're not all the rage now like they were the last time I went shopping in a department store. It's not that funny. Okay, so luckily I'm no stranger to embarrassment though, because I have a Jewish mother. Yeah, she was really frugal, so she wasn't big into like the home haircuts and stuff, so up until the 5th grade I had a mullet with really short bangs. It was lame. Yeah, she liked to do lots of stuff like, she was a health nut, which sounds good, but you try and look cool in the cafeteria unpacking your Tupperware lunchbox full of rice cakes with cashew butter and papaya shards. You ran out of bologna. I don't know. Yeah, one time we went to Six Flags and we were gonna get on the log flume ride, and she made us all put on garbage bags. You know, she wants to get wet. And that was it. The guy who was running the ride called us a hefty family. Everyone online laughed at us. You know? To add insult to injury, the only part of us that got wet was our sneakers when we got in the ride because it was filled with 6 inches of water. It was totally lame. You guys are laughing at parts that aren't funny. It's making me nervous. But I can't really fault her. She just wanted us to be safe and healthy, you know, and she did a really good job because me and my brothers were the biggest bunch of sheltered pansies you guys have ever seen in your life. You know, we were the kids at the beach who had to wear t-shirts and sneakers in the water so we wouldn't get sunburned or hurt our little tootsies. It was totally embarrassing. I actually thought that high C was an alcoholic until I was 19 because my mom always referred to it as being an adult beverage. It's kind of embarrassing. I was in college actually at the time, and someone let me in on that. It's just juice. Just juice. Now when I got to be a teenager, I had a lot of trouble getting along with my mom. People would always tell me the same thing. Don't worry. When you grow up, you'll understand. In fact, in a couple of years, you'll probably be just like her. Which is just about the scariest thing I've ever heard, because if I ever find myself spending my leisure time practicing my scarf tying techniques with my friends, I want that to be the last day of my life. I never want to be like my mom. We never, ever really got along. In fact, I spent about a year solid being grounded in high school. And it occurred to me one day that if all my privileges were gone, I had nothing left to lose, right? I didn't have to listen to her anymore. But I was wrong. Okay, I decided I was going to stand up to her. Well, that, my friends, was the very last time I ever walked through the front door of my parents' house. From then on, it was strictly the side window for me. But eventually, I moved out, got my own place, and we made up. And as a peace offering, my mom got me a gift certificate to go get a manicure and pedicure. I thought, well, that's sweet. She still thinks she can change me. And so she asked me how I liked it, and I made the mistake of telling the truth and telling her I didn't use the gift certificate. So she dragged me by my ear out to the car, drove me to my apartment, and then leaned on the horn while I ran upstairs to get the gift certificate. And we went to the nail salon together. And we walked in, and in typical New York style, it was manned by a coven of tiny, tiny Korean ladies. And the leader of the pack was about a head taller than the rest of them, and she approached us as we walked in and said, "Can I help you?" And my mom says, "Yes, my daughter and I would like to get manicures and pedicures." And she starts giggling immediately. "Oh, you and your little girl want to get a manicure?" I'm like, okay, doing this, I still know you're laughing at me. So I decided to be a good sport, you know, and I sit down at their little manicure table, and as soon as I sit down, the lady grabs my hand. "Hey, lady, look, your hand is big as my hand." I didn't know what to say to her, you know, but then she did the considerate thing, and she called over the rest of the staff so they wouldn't miss out on the fun. It's lame. So I got through that part of it, and I was actually looking forward to the pedicure, because I don't know if you guys have ever done it. You probably have, because everyone but me has. But there's like this foot bath thing attached to this crazy chair, you know? And I was like, that looks kind of cool, so take off my shoes, and I don't get 1 foot in that tub before I notice leader of the pack over in the corner, and she's got my sneaker. "Oh, look, your shoe's so big, it's like a boat. I sail away." So the little joke didn't last long, though, because I tell you what, my sneakers do not smell very pleasant. So I decided to bite my tongue, you know, and she came over and she grabbed my foot out of the foot bath, and this time, the little lady lady, she didn't giggle, no. No, she laughed her ass off and fell right out of her goddamn chair. I didn't even know why she was laughing until I heard this little voice from the floor. Hey lady, your leg heavier than a dog leg. And I'm like, am I supposed to tip this bitch? I don't think she deserves it. But I try not to take it too personally, because she's really not the only one. It's actually this like really common misconception about you know, big people, they're supposed to be able to handle that kind of stuff. And I was on the train one day, and the two guys sitting behind me, they mistook me for a professional wrestler. And at first I thought, well, okay, that's kind of a compliment, because they're really buff, right? But then it occurred to me that I do not look a thing like any of the female superstars of the WWF. If anything, I closely resemble Chris Benoit. And that's kind of insulting. Just because I'm big, it doesn't mean I'm tough, okay? You know, I thought about it too. Am I tough enough? No. Definitely not. I bruise like a peach, I burn in the sun, and I cry during Hallmark commercials. I can't get mad at people for thinking I'm tough, you know. I can understand why you'd think that because I'm like 250 and 6'1.5" that I have no feelings. You know, people treat me like I'm furniture. I come off as being very sturdy, and to be honest, I have a lot in common with furniture. I'm really comfy to sit on. I look pretty good in the corner, and you're definitely gonna need some friends to help you move me. Though I don't want to be a wrestler. Who wants to make a career out of getting your ass kicked, you know? The only cool thing they've got going is that they've got those announcers that stand there, you know, they talk about what they're doing all the time, and I think it'd be cool if I had an announcer anyway, you know? I think it'd be cool to have some guy. Let's get ready for work today! Folks, we're coming to you live from the bedroom of local resident Hailey Boyle, and she's just waking up. And look out, folks, she's already made her way to the closet, and she's picked out a tie-dye to wear today, demonstrating her excellent consistency. Folks, she looks fabulous. I can dig that. So I work at a bar, right? So I had to take a TAMS class, which was extremely informative. It turns out I exhibit the characteristics of an intoxicated person 100% of the time. Because I'm always bursting into song, knocking things over, touching people who don't know me. What can I say? And it occurred to me at the end of the TAMS class that maybe having my own announcer wasn't the best idea I've ever had. Folks, it's only 8:30 p.m. and Hailey has already moved on to the inappropriate contact. She's making everyone uncomfortable. She's knocked over her own drink, and believe it or not, she's only got water in that glass. This is embarrassing. So yeah, I ditched that idea. Where am I at, guys? Where am I at? I'm choking. I need the Heimlich, guys. Need the Heimlich. Look, I'm shaking. Dude, I think I've ruined this shirt this evening waiting for my turn to go on stage, and I can never wear it again now. Let's see, furniture. Oh. Okay, so my very favorite thing about Alaska is that my mom doesn't live here. Don't worry, I have plenty of pushy friends to fill in for her. So I've suffered from no shortage of unsolicited advice. And it always starts the same way. You know what you need to do.
Love me!
Yeah. Oh, or mount him, that's another good one. Yeah, great advice. Yeah, but it always starts the same way with the you know what you gotta do, and that's my cue to stop listening and just wait for the big hug. Because it always ends in a big hug, you know? And I like the big hug because it gives me a moment to reflect. This is so great. Now I too have all the secrets to a long life of unsatisfying personal relationships, crippling poverty, and generally bad health. It feels so much better now, and it's amazing too. I always ask people, I'm like, why do you feel inclined to tell me what I need to do with my life? Well, I just thought you could use some help. I'm like, don't worry about me, man. You'll know if I need help. It's really easy to tell. It'll be totally obvious. I'll be going, help! In the meantime, just stay off my back.
This will be over. She's got a baby 5 months.
What's laughing makes me so nervous. No, one time I actually got some good advice, and it was this. Never go to a male gynecologist. This is excellent advice because gynecologist isn't already embarrassing enough, why on earth would you go to a male gynecologist? You know, it doesn't make any sense. I wouldn't let a freaking Amish person fix my car. Why on earth? This is an organ he does not possess. And I'm thinking, what happened? This guy's in medical school, time comes to pick your specialty, and he's like, you know what? I love.
Are you gonna be hard?
In my book, that makes that guy a pervert.
We're going out on Wednesday.
But the joke is on him, right? Because what he didn't think of is that you'll get sick of anything if you have it every day. He screwed himself over pretty big time. You rock, Shannon, you rock! Shannon teaches the funniest TAMS class around, I tell you what. No one makes a bottle of Jim Beam talk like Shannon. It's amazing. Again, you'd think that a show, I'd, take the time to memorize the stuff before I went ahead and got up here, but I was far too busy trying to figure out what I was going to wear. So you know what I was thinking would be really cool, right? If people could photosynthesize. This would solve a lot of major problems, right? Number one, we'd have no racial tension because we'd all be green. Okay, number two, we wouldn't have any starving people because all they have to do is go out in the sun. And my personal favorite, all those bitches like to go to the beach and lay out and never go swimming, they would get really fat. That would be sweet. I know, that's not very nice. I just say that because I'm jealous, because it's all those useless ornamental type girls that get all the good men, you know? All that's left for me is the very short and the very old. There's nothing good about dating a short man. And the only benefit I can think of dating an old guy is that I won't have to wait 30 years to find out if balls can get wrinklier. I kind of hope not. I think the old guys like me so much so because I'm old-fashioned, very old-fashioned type girl, and it's a big surprise for a lot of people. They think like a big girl, smart girl, be very independent, strong, and pursuing some kind of career. But really, I just want to be cherished. And I kind of hold a grudge against all those feminists because they deprived an entire generation of women of their right to cook and clean for an unappreciative family for the rest of their life. That was my dream. And it's alright though. It's okay because I found a way to get back at them. It's really easy to piss off a feminist. You guys want to know how to piss off a feminist? It's really easy. You go like this. Cunt. Does it every time. In case you guys didn't notice, I like to smoke marijuana, right? Early. I was lucky enough to be in a school that had the DARE program, and for those of you that are unfamiliar, this is the Drug Abuse and Resistance Education. Okay, this is a program that provides elementary school children with a very detailed description of what a drug looks like and the effects it has. A little tip for the NYPD. Telling children it makes you feel like you're flying is not a deterrent. Immediately after having my DARE workshop, I made a decision to go ahead and start smoking pot. And at the time, I had no idea what an effect it would have on my life. I went from being a dorky outcast to being the most popular girl in school in like a week. It was crazy. I was the only one with a hookup, It was sweet. And so I've been smoking ever since. And there's a lot of people that wish we wouldn't smoke. They launch these big campaigns on TV. They spend a whole lot of money trying to convince you that marijuana is bad for you. I think you got your anti-marijuana harmless campaign. I don't know if you guys have seen these PSAs, but they've got one where a kid sits down at his desk, proceeds to cut open 5 cigarettes and roll them into one big fat joint, and then it says, smoking 1 joint is the equivalent of smoking 5 cigarettes. And it really made me think, I wish I could roll like that when I was his age. No. Seriously, I could totally roll like that when I was his age. That kid was like 15, it was pathetic. This is sweet. We got some funny laughers in the audience, which is nice, because then if I'm not funny, you can still laugh at other people laughing. So, by the time I got to high school, right, I was like renowned in my town for my blunt pheasant abilities. I was getting mad props, you know? And for those of you that don't know, pheasant is like hip-hop for manifest or create. And who says hip-hop's not thinking man's music, huh? That's crap. And I don't look like I should speak Ebonics, but where I come from, I am the token white girl. Yeah. So, in high school, I'd roll with people's blunts for them when we get stoned, and it was cool, but then it came time to go away to college. Right before I went, I got a bank account, and it came with a checkbook. I like a checkbook. Check's not real money, you just write it in there, and people believe you, it's pretty sweet. It's weeks before they find out, and if you mail it to someone, that's it. You know, you never have to see him or anything. So what did I do? Flipped open my High Times, and I decided to purchase myself a rolling machine. I'm glad that check bounced, because that rolling machine was a piece of crap. Along with the rolling machine came an ounce of what they call super haze, which is fake weed. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. In High Times, it looks like weed. When you get it, it looks like potpourri. And it smells like barbecue sauce. But it was alright, because luckily I was pretty savvy, so I sold it to freshmen. That's how I paid for my laundry. It was sweet. Yeah, so I had a reputation to uphold in dorms, you know? So I cut class one day and I went to the local head shop and I bought myself this crazy 5-foot bong, you know, which was taller than most of my friends. It did not occur to me until we were in the parking lot that it was going to be a little difficult to get it back into the dormitory. And I was like, you know what, screw it, we'll just do it quick, no one will see, right? So I hop in the elevator, I get off the elevator on my floor, I'm running to my room, and boom, there's my RA. What do you got there? This is for my psychology project. Oh yeah, what is it? What do you think it is? I think it's a bong. Ooh, that's a very interesting observation. Really, is it a bong? I can't tell you, it might bias my research. Needless to say, I did not make it to Christmas break. Yeah, they didn't want me around there. It was like that one bad apple theory. I don't believe in that theory, okay? But it's given me kind of a complex. I know what you're thinking, and it's not paranoia, okay? But as a result of that situation, I feel obligated to represent for stoners everywhere, okay? So let's do things like invite my friends over to watch Nick at Night with me, because when the reruns come on, I talk along with every word. This demonstrates that despite the fact that I've been smoking marijuana since I was 11 years old, my memory is like this. Okay? Nothing's getting mine. You know, and you wonder why about your short-term memory loss? Just don't try to remember stuff that just happened. Just wait a while, it'll come back. And I think that we should really legalize marijuana, because there's really something in it for everyone. Okay, if you're a farmer, you could grow it. If you're a smoker, you could just buy it and smoke it. If you're the government, you could tax the crap out of it, and you know how they love that. You know, but so many people are still out there harping about the bad news, you know, like, oh, it'll make you sterile. I'm like, oh, good, you know, because I know a lot of folks that could really use some help not having babies. For all the potheads out there, you guys. Hold your heads up, okay? Yeah. And try not to act stupid in public, okay? Do I have anything else? What? Yeah, weed! Thank you for the suggestion. So if you do smoke pot, then you know that there's lots of different ways you can actually get high, right? You can just, like, if you're the economy type, you can smoke a little bowl, you know. If you want to be social, you can smoke a joint, or if you're super hardcore, you can roll a blunt. Or for your high rollers, you got your bongs, you know, and they come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. And I think it's nice, you know, a little variety is good. But my favorite thing about weed is that there's different types of being stoned, you know? Let's see, you've got Oh, wheelchair weed? You ever had your wheelchair weed? Okay, that's where you smoke, and as you attempt to pass the bowl to the person next to you, you thank your lucky stars that you already pressed play on the VCR because you can't move. That's it. I'm just gonna stay here, guys. But you don't mind. It's nice. Or you got your hyper high, which is actually one of my favorites because that's when you smoke and then you're like, I'm gonna get a snack. But instead of getting a snack, you end up cleaning out your entire refrigerator. It's very, very productive. Oh, the one that really gets people out is the sneaker weed, right? Where you smoke and you're like, dude, I'm not high. So you smoke some more and you're like, dude, I'm still not high. So you get in your car and you go just hunt down the motherfucker that sold you that crappy bag. And you're like, this is crap, dude, right? And you pull up and you bang on his door, all mad. And right as he opens the door and you make eye contact, oh, there it is. Like, I just wanted to say, nice bag. You guys, something really, really terrible happened to me the other day. It was really upsetting. My friend's baby cried when I tried to hold him. That never happened to me before. Babies love me, and up until that moment, I was under the impression that everybody looked big and scary to babies. You know, and it totally ruined everything. And I'm like, great, now all those other babies that I thought loved me and accepted me, they're just little whores. They'll let anybody hold them. I don't know why he was so scared. I just want to eat his little face. Totally irrational fear. It's not funny. Well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to that. I feel much better having gotten that off my chest.